Hello and welcome to a very special Tea and Tickers presentation. If you're watching this now, if you go on the Christopher Ward website, a new model has just dropped. And here is Sam from Casual Watch Review to tell us all about it.
Pretty exciting new release from Christopher Ward. We got a sneak peek of it before it went live. It's the new C63 SH21 Blue Marine and a Snow Leopard version. And essentially it's the Sealander, but using Christopher Ward's in-house movement, the SH21. Limited edition of 150 of each piece. And they're doing 5% of the sale price for the Blue Marine Foundation, which Christopher Ward have supported for a long time. And then the white version will go to support their Snow Leopard Foundation. We're assuming it's going to be the same size as the current Sealander, 39mm case. John, you got to see this first, didn't you? What did you think of the two?
I prefer the white one. I don't particularly like the texture on the blue dial. Even though I do like blue dials, as you all know, I don't quite like the texture on it. So I prefer the white one. I think the SH21 movement is an excellent movement. And with the open cage back, it looks really wonderful. And especially with the rotor being an open rotor as well. Even though it's an automatic, you can still see a lot of the movement. So I think it will do really well. It'll be interesting to see what everybody else thinks about it. Which one will actually sell better, the blue or the white?
I wonder how prominent those are in real life. The Blue Marine has the waves, give me Omega Seamaster vibes, and then the Snow Leopard has got sort of a leopard print on it as well. It would have been a bit weird, wouldn't it, if they'd done it leopard colours, I think, but I suppose Snow Leopard.
What do you think of them, Andy?
My first impressions, I'm with you on the Snow Leopard. I think that appeals to me the most. As I recall, it has a nice kind of blue outer line on the subdials as well, which definitely made the dial pop a bit more to me. Yeah, it's interesting to see. I think Christopher Ward are going a really nice direction at the moment and really starting to up the game in the quality, and starting to use our own movements is always, I think, in a world of enthusiasts, is very encouraging, right? And a lot more popular in a world of collectors. So I think both pieces, relevant of which colour you prefer, are going to perform very well.
I'd like to see Christopher Ward use this SH21 movement in more watches. And yes, it's going to be expensive, but they've got to understand it's an in-house movement with a 5-day power reserve. So you can't expect them to be under £1,000 with that kind of quality. So I hope they're going to use it more, and then it just becomes that plus £1,000, £1,500, £2,000 watch.
Is it worth going over the prices for these? Because this is there's 150 of each, isn't there? And the retail price is £1,595 and then $1,925. US dollars.
I mean, that's still less than second-hand Tudor money, isn't it?
It is,
really.
yeah.
Yes, it's more. Yeah, it's not quite hitting that, So someone could say you can get a second-hand Tudor for that, but no, you're going to pay more for a second-hand Tudor.
They're playing in a new territory, right? I'd say Christopher Ward now, especially moving into this year. Who do you think, with these pieces, what would you say is the most, like the equivalent, if you was choosing between this, the new Sealander and another piece, which would the other piece be? Where do you see them sitting within the market now?
Wow, that's a good one. Trying to think who would be up there
in that bracket. Yeah, I'm trying to think myself as well, but
with their own in-house.
It's not Tudor territory, right? It's not quite Tudor territory yet, but it's slowly heading that direction, I think.
Yeah, you've got Yema, haven't you, that have got what in-house in that kind of price range as well. Oris actually might have been a good comparison for this. Oris's in-house movement. This is not just an in-house movement, it's also a very specialised in-house movement, isn't it, as well? The SH21 movement, they launched it back in 2014. The SH21 came about when the Christopher Ward merged with Synergy's Aura Légère. That merger is where Jörg Behner and Johannes Janker came from, which we talked about as the godfathers of the bel canto. Johannes Janker, the JJ01, is the bel canto movement, and the SH in SH21 is that Synergy's Aura Légère. They've used this movement before in the C1 Morgan that they used it in, but it's got that 5-day power reserve, and the watch itself has an interesting look to it. It looks almost like it could be a chronograph when you first look at it. It's got that power reserve showing the 5 days and then the small seconds as well. So you're not just getting a in-house movement, really. You're getting a in-house COSC certified movement with a 5-day power reserve. I don't know what you guys think, but I think this probably appeals to people who are already Christopher Ward fans, whereas when we talked about the Belcanto, that seemed to appeal to people that perhaps weren't.
Yeah, 100%. I think people will make it a pride of their collection of Christopher Ward. Definitely. Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. I think they've been a lot more playful as well when I've seen the pictures of these two pieces. The dial details seem to be, the level of dial detail seems to be getting a lot better as well, which is always nice to see. Like, there's a lot of contrast in there under the macro shots. It looks quite interesting. So
yeah, some wonderful detailing on
Definitely.
that on that dial. Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting to see, the new direction, and it's very early days, right? It's only the start of the year as well, so it's exciting to see where we're going with this.
Yeah, they've been really going at it. I look, I'm a big fan of the date, and I like the way they've done the date. They've done it on the recent June, and they've done it on this, where it looks almost in forced perspective. Instead of it just being a square, it's kind of elongated out at the end. This is almost a piece that's showing off what they're capable of doing, and they've also made it in a, as we mentioned before, a very affordable price range.
Brilliant, guys. Thank you. So, if anyone's interested in these pieces, please head over to the Christopher Ward site and put your order in. As I said, there's only 150 of each, and I think they are going to sell out very quickly. Great. Thank you, Sam, for your input. Thank you, Andy, for your input. And goodbye, everyone.